Good morning, friends. I'm preparing for the beginning of another beautiful day, I hope. It's a hot one. Stay hydrated. But we're following along this little series about peace, about being people of peace, finding places of peace, and today we're talking about words of peace. This idea is not something that's modeled for us well societally. It doesn't get the same headlines. It doesn't sort of provoke your reptilian brain, sparking you into a fight or flight that creates a frantic energy that is so responsive to the stimulus of this world. And it's quieter, words of peace. And there are those of us who can look to ancient scriptures and texts for words of peace. We can look to the Psalms and the teachings of Jesus and some of the letters and things, and we can find peace there. There's other of us for whom those very same words have been used to punish or be divisive or to otherwise shame and scold. So let's take a little breath there, because that's reality. Some of us can find the words of peace we need in poetry. Some of us can find it in friends and in guides. And I really, really hope that each of us can sometimes at least find it within ourselves. We have just got to find ways to be more peaceful in our words with each other. In 12-step programs, I've heard say what you mean, but don't say it mean. And I also want to recognize that if somebody else has a harsh, a loud, a violent, intense word, that a word of peace back feels like losing, because it's not as intense. It doesn't hold the same energy. It doesn't fire up adrenal systems and get you worked up. That's on purpose. And I think a lot of the answer is to turn our energy towards peace, towards the meditation, towards those people and places of peace that we've talked about the last 2 weeks, that we might be able to cultivate genuine words of peace within ourselves. And the reality is sometimes it's hard to find a word of peace, especially if there's a sense of being under attack or treated unfairly. And in those moments, there's got to be a pause. There's got to be a pause, a breath, a turn toward God, higher power. There's got to be some kind of hope that peace is at work, even if I'm not constantly activating on it. I encourage the grounding practices like one might find in yoga. But you already know the places, the people, the ways that you can tap into peace. And if you're going to have words of peace, if I'm going to have words of peace, we have to tap into those people and places. And next week we'll talk about practices of peace. It seems small in the face of destruction. It seems small in the face of violence. It seems small in the face of sweeping moves of oppression and injustice. But it is critical. If your intention is to be a person of peace, if your intention is that the world, that your environment, that your family, that you have more peace, then it must be given the time and space and energy. Put words of peace in your mouth. Breathe them, repeat them. Take the slow, deep breaths that will allow you to pause, pray, and proceed. You're much more likely to have peace. And, I believe also essential, gentle with ourselves on the way. We're not going to get it right every time. We're not. We're humans. We're going to blow our lid. We're going to get anxious. We're going to be reactive sometimes. But the more we practice, the better we'll get at it. I hope today that you can find words of peace within yourself and that you can share them with someone else. It's absolutely essential, and it is the antidote to the violence and anxiety and depression we're seeing in ourselves, in our communities, and in our world. I don't know that I've ever begged, but I beg you. Make some time to practice words of peace today. Read them, repeat them, believe them. Grace and peace, friends.